And that's the worst part of all this, is the new fans are sucking the life out of the WNBA.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. I am Cordy. For a lot of WNBA fans, this might honestly be the best off-season news you've heard in a long time. Because, let's keep it real, when it came to Caitlin Clark coverage, nobody seemed more irritated, more dismissive, or more passive-aggressive than Elle Duncan. And you could always predict the pattern. Anytime Caitlin's name came up, here came the predictable detours. Oh, but Angel. Oh, but Aja. Oh, but literally anyone else who isn't the straight white girl from Iowa. We saw it. You saw it. Everyone saw it. And we've already done multiple videos breaking down exactly how obvious that bias was. Well, surprise! Elle Duncan is gone. She is officially leaving ESPN. And look, I don't know who they're going to plug into that spot, but please, anyone without an agenda would be a massive upgrade. Just don't let them bring back Jamel Hill or someone who will crank the bias up even more. Honestly, this might open the door to a cleaner, more balanced approach to WNBA coverage. And with USA Network jumping in, meaning NBC-style production, I'm actually excited. Because right now, ESPN desperately needs a reset.
Here, people ask why someone find her dislikable. Wondering what her viewership going to be over at Netflix?
And that's the worst part of all this, is the new fans are sucking the life out of the WNBA right now. It's just the truth. You are right. You are right, new fans. There has never been more viewership because of Caitlin Clark. There's never been more attention. They're doing 40 minutes on First Take about Caitlin Clark. They never did that before, as Monica McNutt called out. You're right. But you know what there was in the WNBA last year and the years prior? There was other storylines. There was joy. There was talk of competition. There was talk of what was actually happening on the court.
She'll never admit it, but the ironic thing is she's getting paid because of Caitlin Clark. I'm sure that new paycheck will help her find some joy in the game. This is thankful for who did this? It said Elle Duncan is leaving ESPN to become the face of Netflix sports. The face of sports? Okay. I mean, wow. Good luck with that, because this is massively overvalued. And of course, the woke sports media is hyping it like it's some groundbreaking move. Look at this. She's reportedly joining Netflix as the face of their sports coverage. Like, seriously. They're acting like they just landed Mike Tirico or some legendary broadcaster. Who exactly do they think she is? This is hilarious. It's unbelievable how far the sports media will stretch a narrative. Jason Owens at Yahoo, come on, man, stop it. This is getting embarrassing at this point.
I mean, really, it says what Elle Duncan would even do at Netflix is still totally unclear. The reports say she'd be hosting the streamer's marquee events, but what does that even mean? NFL coverage she barely handled on ESPN, boxing matches she barely talked about, and now Netflix scooping up some scattered MLB rights? Oh boy, they've got one opening day game. One! Plus the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby, and the Field of Dreams game. Not exactly a full season slate. And don't forget, Netflix now has 2 Christmas Day NFL games, which is wild on its own. But the funniest part, Netflix's live sports presence is still incredibly sparse and sporadic. Honestly, it matches Elle Duncan's good takes, rare, inconsistent, and often nowhere to be found. Poaching Duncan from ESPN is supposed to signal Netflix wants to expand their sports footprint. But let's be real, if you're trying to make a big statement, you go after someone with real name power, someone with actual sports credibility, someone who moves an audience, like a Colin Cowherd, a Tirico-level vet, a proven broadcaster who can carry a major event. Instead, Netflix goes, yep, Elle Duncan. That's the face of our sports push. It's almost comedic. They're acting like they just signed a generational talent when they haven't even proven they can consistently deliver live sports at scale. If this is their big strategic move, well, good luck. They're gonna need it all.
All right, let's move on to another story. This article dropped yesterday, and honestly, I already made a video about it, but it didn't perform well. I should have jumped on it the moment I first saw it, to be real with you. So, as we all know, Caitlin Clark was snubbed by Team USA for the Olympic roster, and that storyline has completely dominated the past couple days. Everywhere you look, it's Team USA this, Team USA that, and people still can't believe they left off the biggest star in women's basketball right now.
Hirsch says, Team USA roster reveal triggers debate over Caitlin Clark's starting spot. Okay, Hirsch said, Indiana Fever superstar guard Caitlin Clark hinted that she would participate in a USA basketball activities during the WNBA offseason, following the conclusion of her team's 2025 campaign. Initially, the thought was that she was referring to a USA basketball training camp in early March 2026, which is a precursor to the 2026 FIBA World Cup qualifying tournament from March 11th to 17th. While it's currently unclear whether Clark will indeed compete in this training camp or tournament, she will certainly be in Durham, North Carolina from December 12th to 14th as part of a USA Basketball Women's National Team training camp, as well her Fever teammate Aaliyah Boston and head coach Stephanie White.
Now, this team generated a ton of excitement. The roster is basically stacked, pretty much the next Olympic team in the making. The article stated, quote, fans debate whether or not Caitlin Clark should start on Team USA over on Twitter. Wow, maybe I should make that a second video on its own. One fan posted, Paige, Juju, Copper, Brink. God, not having Caitlin in the starting lineup over Paige is crazy. Another said, starters, Caitlin Clark, thank you, bro. And someone else added, Caitlin Clark over Kelsey Plum in competitive basketball, yes. Caitlin is the best point guard. I don't get these WNBA or old guard fans. This is honestly a whole second video. I'm going to come back and touch on this starting lineup conversation. But definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, man. Well, the face of the WNBA finals coverage at ESPN is officially out. And honestly, think about how many hater-driven stories we've seen tied to Elle Duncan anytime Caitlin Clark's name even entered the conversation. For the last 2 years, she was basically the conductor of the sports media Caitlin Clark hate train, always pretending it wasn't about her, always deflecting with the, oh, but it's not because of her crowd, when everyone with eyes could see exactly what was going on. And the numbers don't lie. The analytics, the attendance, the ratings, every shred of data made it painfully obvious the WNBA exploded because of one young woman from Iowa. No confusion, no mystery, just facts. I literally talked about this yesterday. The Indiana Fever's ratings dropped 51% when Caitlin Clark got hurt. The longer she was out, the lower those numbers sank until ESPN was suddenly celebrating 1 million viewer games that would have easily pulled 2.5 to 3 million if she were on the floor. Now, with Duncan gone, it's going to be interesting to see who ESPN rolls out next. And with our luck, they'll drag back someone like Carrie Champion or Michelle Badel. Bam, right in the eyeball, just to keep the anti-Clark energy alive. Somebody always seems to be ready to stroll in and rain on the parade. But maybe, just maybe, this time they'll hire someone who can talk about Caitlin Clark without choking on praise or running from the obvious impact she's had. But then again, this is ESPN. The agenda never really sleeps. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Don't forget like and subscribe.